What's good? What's good, everybody? We
What's
got the
happening, guys?
we got the 250K challenge in 90 days. We're doing it with zero marketing dollars. We're at day 63 now, actually, of the 90-day challenge, and we are rolling. We are rolling this week. We got a couple deals getting assigned as we speak right now. New contract coming in this morning that will be locked up. And we got a bunch of other good shit coming. So hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. We got Charles Stanback here with us today. We're going to do a quick intro, and then when we're done with the intro, we're going to get right into this shit. So hope everyone's doing well.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy.
That's right.
But we paid it, that's facts, ayy.
I did.
They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy.
We did.
Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the fact. Don't be shy.
What's good? What's good? How you doing today, Charles?
Dude, I'm doing amazing, man. Got some dials in this morning, ready to keep it rolling, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. It's fucking Tuesday. Where I had an amazing Monday yesterday. Like for me with Mondays, if you have a good Monday, the rest of your week just goes so much fucking easier. So I'm like, I came in the desk this morning. I just sat right down and started making calls the second I sat down. I'm like, let's fucking get this money today, bro.
Yeah, that's how you know you in the zone when you sit right down and get straight to it, man. I respect it.
Hell yeah, bro. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. What got you into wholesaling, and just tell us like a little bit about your background.
Yeah, bro. I'll give you the spiel, if you will. So, my name's Charles Stanback. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been wholesaling for maybe around 3 years now. I had a very standard, I guess, in some ways, standard middle class kind of upbringing, where I, did high school, college. The plan was for me to get a job and climb the corporate ladder pretty much my whole life. And once I did all of that and got to a corporate sales job, I was working in Dallas, Texas at the time. And I realized 2 months in or 3 months in, like, this isn't what they like pipe it up to be, honestly. Like, I came out making maybe 70K, and that was more money than I'd ever made before. But I quickly realized that in the real world, that really isn't going to take you too far, to be real with you, right? So,
Hell yeah.
8 months in, maybe I got somewhat of a promotion, and they were doing what they could to keep me entertained there, I think. But eventually, bro, during the pandemic, my brother and I decided that we were going to give this wholesale thing a true shot. So I went part-time in my job, moved back to the East. I was living in Maryland at the time, actually, like right outside of DC. And we started hitting the phones, man. And eventually, it took us about 6 months, bro, to get a deal. Once we did that, we kind of took off, made like hundreds of thousands, really, and tried to scale really quickly in a short amount of time. Lost all of those hundreds of thousands for the most part.
That's usually how it goes, bro.
Yeah. It wasn't just the scaling, I'll be honest. We were spending some money on some other stuff too, but
Hell yeah.
We decided just to go separate ways. Still my dog, still love him to death, but we split the business. I started over as a one-man show. So now I'm kind of the one-man band wholesale guy, bro. I do my own list pulling, cold calling, follow-ups, closing deals, selling deals, TC. I do everything from A to Z on my business, and I've had a good year so far, pretty good year, but looking to obviously take it to the next level, bro.
Hell yeah. And what made you really make that transition? Like, when were you at the point where it was like, I like that, like, clearly 70 grand, even if I'm at 100 grand a year, it's not going to cut it. Like, what made you make that mindset shift?
I'd always wanted to do real estate, bro. So it was when I was in college, bro. Me and my cousin were staying on the basketball court, which was in the middle of this massive apartment complex. So like townhouses, apartments, like all around, right? Hundreds of units probably. And we were sitting there thinking like, whoever owns all this is getting to it. Like my unit alone costs $2,000 a month, right? And there's 200 to 300 of these out here. I mean, they are just crushing it, whoever owns this. And so I had an interest in it since then. And I'd been doing some, YouTube university stuff, figured out that wholesale was a good way to get in. Watched videos, bro, for probably a year before I actually did anything.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And I ran into a podcast of a guy he was on Brent Daniels' podcast. His name's Justin Peters. And he was in Fort Worth. I was living in Fort Worth at the time. His business was in Fort Worth. He lived in Fort Worth. So I DM'd him on Instagram after, and he was like, dude, set up a call with me. We'll see what we can do. I hopped on the call with him, bro. And he was like, bro, 20 or 30 people reached out to me for the same thing that you did. And you're the only one that actually went through with actually getting on a call with me to do something. So he was like, I'm going to help you. He let me join his team, basically, let me use his mojo, let me call his leads, and kind of guided me through what this was like.
Okay.
And I did that for a few months, and then it was like, all right, bro, I'm ready to, jump out there. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So you had some good experience in coming into it already. Like you already had someone that kind of taught you the path. Where for my path, I was the opposite. Like I didn't have anybody. I didn't even try YouTube University, bro. I had somebody that taught me the basics of wholesaling, and then I literally we found Zen Call at the time, which is now Ready Mode.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Literally downloaded a list because I came from insurance, so I was already good at cold calling, and I could call basically anybody at this point. So I was like, okay, this is going to be kind of easy. So we just jumped right into it. I had no idea what the fuck we were doing. It took us 8 months to close our first 2 deals, but it's kind of funny because when you have the guidance already going into it, it definitely helps the process a little bit.
Yeah, definitely was helpful to have. It gives you a little bit of extra confidence, know that you've got somebody that can all right, if I get somebody that actually wants to sell, I can pass this to him, or he can help me get through it. I did maybe one deal with him with his team before I went out on my own. And I didn't even ask for any of the money from it, bro. I just was grateful to be a part of the process. And then but even after that, bro, it still took me another 6 months probably to get my own deal, right? But I think that's just how it is, bro. You got to pay tuition, and tuition is getting your ass kicked on the phone for some months in this business, in my opinion. So.
No, and that's what it is. And I mean, it's kind of funny because even after we closed our first 2 deals, it took us another 6 months to close our 3rd deal. We made 35 grand in our first 2. And then we thought we were on top of the world. We thought we were rich by then, not from the money we made, but just the proof of the concept. And then we were so cocky. We're like, okay, the next deal we lock up is going to be no less than 20K spread. If it's less than 20K spread, we're not locking it up.
Yeah.
It took us 6 months to we made 23 grand on our next deal, but it took us 6 months to fucking do it. So it's damn, even when you know what you're doing, it is a real process in this business. And that's where most people fail is they see other people saying it's easy to do it, or it took maybe some people it could take a couple weeks to close their first deal. But that's not everybody. That's not most people. So I think that's one of the biggest points to hit home for anybody listening is if you guys think it's going to be easy or it's going to take a couple of weeks or months or whatever, just stick to the fucking process because you don't know when it's going to happen. But if you do stay consistent, it will happen. Even if you know everything or you got the right guidance, it still might take some time.
For sure. There's 2 things I usually tell people that are just starting or people that ask me how it is. And I tell them it's very simple business, but it's not easy, right? The concept is extremely simple, but when you get down into the nuance of it, how the process actually works, it's not easy to do at all. And the other thing I tell people is wholesaling is like throwing a rock through a moving window with your eyes closed. When you're cold calling and doing that type of thing, bro, you never know when your next deal is going to come, right? You're always marketing, you're always prospecting for deals, but you're looking for somebody that needs to sell at the right time, right? That's just how it is. So it takes a lot of consistency, like you said, is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself in this business is say, I'm going to call or do something for at least 3 months, no matter what my results are. So I can actually throw that rock through that moving window with my eyes closed, before I give up. You know what I mean? So.
No, exactly. And most people give up when they're almost there. That's I've seen it happen so many times now, and it's just kind of crazy to me because it's just keep your fucking head down and you're gonna get there. And it's
Yep.
like it won't be on your time, but it'll be when it's meant to happen. And when it is meant to happen, you'll get rewarded handsomely for that shit, and you'll be fucking
100%.
like now you'll see the proof in the pudding, and then you could turn this shit into a business. But
yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, bro. I can tell you this ain't your first rodeo.
oh yeah, definitely not. And it will not be my last either. No, but that's why I like having guys like you up here, bro, because like a lot of people talk about this business and like they say they've done deals and everything, but like most people have not actually closed deals or not consistently closed deals and stuck it out past their first deal. So like to have guys like you up here, it shows like everyone that is watching this shit, like it is fucking possible. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or where you come from. All that matters is like, do you have a right head on your shoulders to stick it out? And are you relentless enough to fucking, when the going gets tough, are you going to keep going?
Nah, for sure, bro. For sure. There's no, there's so many people that want to start in this business. And one other thing that to be noted is, bro, no matter how many wholesalers or how many people claim to be wholesalers there are out there, there are still plenty of deals for all of us. Plenty. Like every day people are getting deals, right? So you just have to be consistent and dumb enough to keep doing it until you get your day. And when you get your day, you can start putting the numbers together to make it more predictable, right? So consistency and like having the perseverance to not give up are the two biggest things when you're first starting and as you move throughout the business. Because as we both know, no matter how much experience you have, you can still go broke doing this. If you don't keep it up. You know what
it's a big fact. Like you take me and Charles were talking about this before. Like if you take your foot off the gas, like it doesn't matter. Like, dude, I have a shit ton of fucking experience. I've been in the business for 3 years. I've closed 20 transactions to date. Like, and for me, that's nothing. I should have closed way more, but it is what it is. Right. But like the fact that I've actually closed 20 deals myself, like saw from the whole part of the process, like, and then I still went broke this past year. It did happen to me. Like that just shows. And and it didn't happen to me because I'm not good at wholesaling. It happened to me because I literally took my foot off the gas when I should have pressed harder. And that's all it was. And it's like, we were literally laughing about this shit before because it's funny because it's like something like everyone thinks that like once you've done a certain amount of deals, it's like the brokenness will never happen again. But if you don't set shit up the right way, or you don't have people under you that are doing this shit when you take your foot off the gas, then it doesn't matter how good you are. It's like you're only as good as your last deal. So it's like if you don't have more shit coming through the pipe because you didn't call more people, then you will go broke as well, no matter how good of a closer you are, how well your systems are. Like you are in control of your business. So just make sure you guys do not take the foot off the gas when you finally do get that bag, because then that bag is going to get prolonged the next time you're going to see that money again.
For sure. It's definitely one of those situations where, you know, if you want this to be, if you want this business to change your life, you have to treat it like a business, right? You can't treat it like a hobby or just something you do to make a little extra money. It can be something you do. You know, you can do 3 or 4 or 5 deals extra in a year and make you an extra 10, you know, I mean, you know, 50, 70, $80,000 in a year. And that's fine if that's what you want. But if you want this business to change your life, get you out of your W-2, pay you every month handsomely, you got to build a business at some point, right? You got to have systems and processes that make it so that it works like a company, right? Not just like something that you do for fun or something that you do to make. It's not like fucking yard sales or something, brother. Like you got to actually build this thing up and make it into something. So you're exactly right about that.
No, it's a fact. And the one thing me and Charles have in common is we both this year tried to do it fully on our own. And I think we both learned very quickly, like you can make a lot of money on your own. Like Charles is fucking killing it on his own, and I've been killing it on my own.
Yeah.
But you're only as good as you work. So like if you are trying to do it on your own, the beauty of this business is like once you have mastered the skill of wholesaling, you know how to find deals, you know how to sell deals, you know how to put the systems together, which me and him have both mastered. Now it's time for us to start acquiring fucking acquisition managers, disposition managers, and it's the people that you surround yourself with that are going to keep you sustainable through the times where if you do have a shitty day or a shitty week, like as long as you have the right people under you that are actually working towards your vision with you, you're gonna fucking never go dry again. And that's where like I think me and Charles notice in our businesses, like we got to make big changes. Is just like, yes, we can do it on our own. Yes, it is very dope to do it on your own and make a shit ton of money on your own. But what's doper is doing it with other people and building some shit out of this so that now when me and Charles want to go to fucking Dubai for a week or some shit and go have some fun, you know, like we can actually do that shit. And it's like our business is not suffering because we needed to take a fucking break.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%, man. There's no, if we go on vacation right now, that directly impacts our bottom line, like directly. There is no question about that. You are losing money if you go on vacation. You're doing this by yourself, and I'm an advocate for starting out by yourself and being a one-man band to get the ball rolling, so you understand every facet of the business. I think
Same.
that's a great way to get started in the business for sure. But when you get to a certain point where you're achieving, a certain number every month, or you're consistently doing deals, it's easy, and you could probably attest to this, Joey, bro. It's easy to fucking burn out in this business, bro. It's easy to get burnt out and be like, man, I am tired of making phone calls every day, or I just need a breather, right? I don't want to do this with this much effort anymore. And also, when you start making money, it becomes more difficult to stay on the phone, in my opinion, right? The more money you make, the more you start to feel like this activity is not the highest income producing thing I can be doing with my time. And it's true. So the better you get and the more deals that you start to do, you definitely have to start building this thing out, bro, because it will bite you in the ass if you don't.
Nah, and I'll emphasize that too. Like, if you're just getting started in the business, do not try to build a team off the bat. That is literally what I did the day I got in the business, and it just did. Like, did we close deals? Yeah. Did we make money? Sure.
Yeah.
But I probably set myself back a lot by doing it that way, because for me, like, I wanted to learn every role in the business before I taught it, right? Like, I didn't want to have people under me if I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But
Yep.
at that point, none of us knew what we were doing, so we were just like, "Fuck it, let's just do it together and figure it out." But what did us a disservice was that, like, we had everyone splitting commissions at the same level, so it doesn't matter who works hard or who does what, as long as it's getting done, and that can lead to a lot of bottlenecks. So once I went fully on my own, like, now I know how to do every role, and I've been doing every role, but now I can train it and show other people. So just make sure you guys master the craft of wholesaling and then go to scale. Don't just fucking, like, maybe get to close to one deal, think you know what you're doing, and then build a whole team under you, because you're going to do a lot of people a disservice if you don't have your shit together, and then you're going to give this industry a worse name than we're already trying to fight against. So
Nah, for sure, for sure. It is I completely recommend starting on your own, but collaborating with as many people as you can, man. Getting to know people, building connections in the industry, because there's going to be a lot of situations that you don't know how to handle, and you don't want to be putting your sellers. And at the end of the day, like, this is a service business that we're providing people. And if you don't know what you're doing and don't have anybody that can help you, you're putting your sellers at a disservice, man. Just to be honest about it, right? Like,
no, it's a fact.
it's not a disservice, and you're making the wholesale name bad, and the wholesale name already has enough dirt on it. So we definitely need people in the business that can, and there are plenty of people in the business that are willing to help. Right? Like, we want to collaborate. Anybody that's worth a shit in this business wants to collaborate and work with you to close deals and make money together, because that's the best way. It feels better when you can make money with your homies, man. It always does. So definitely recommend starting on your own and, like, trying to figure this out and learn how to do everything on your own in terms of who's involved in your business, but collaborating with people, JVing with people, and going to meetups and meeting new people in the business is always going to be a positive, man. Something I need to do more of myself, to be real.
No, absolutely. And that's one thing we switched our business model the end of probably July of last year. We started because we were doing the cold call model for 2 years straight. And then we went so broke. I was like, we can't keep cold calling. This shit's not working for us right now. So we went straight to JVs, and we figured out, like, we fucked up on JVing at first. We didn't do any exclusive agreements or even any JV agreements. They just sent us deals. We tried to move them. By the time they were moved, the deals were already gone, or weren't even deals, or whatever it was. So collaboration is fucking huge. I've made probably over like 60, 70 G's just in the last year directly from JVs, not even from me working on the business.
Same. I can say that for sure. 100%. I've made probably I'm looking at my numbers. I just yesterday closed a deal that put me over 190 for the year, and probably a good 60, 70 of that was from JV deals that I partner with people and we're able to make money on. So I believe in the collaboration 100%, bro.
Oh, absolutely. And it just makes you more money. Like, literally, like, if I could give that's why I give my dispo to a lot of other people right now. Because if I could just, like, if I had to spend my time literally dispoing my deal, then, like, my pipe's going to go dry while I'm dispoing that deal. If I'm spending all my time just on that deal, then if I could just keep acquiring new ones. So the model I've been running is just, like, acquisition heavy, JV Dispo with the right people that actually get your Dispo sold. Chris Crump's a fucking killer on Dispo. We work with Uncle Charles on Dispo and a couple other big wholesalers. And it's just like, I know how to Dispo my own deals. I could Dispo my own shit. But the reason I don't is because I make more money when I don't. So
yes, I'm with you on that.
Well, you know what the people came here for, Charles. So let's get this fucking calls going today, baby.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Who are you? You're jumping on all on market, right?
Yeah. So Charles is going to be calling his direct to seller leads, and then I'm going to be calling on market. So you guys are going to get a little bit of a sound for some direct to seller calls, which we never do on here. And we're going to probably, I feel like with the new guests that are going to be coming on, there will be a lot more direct to seller calls.
Yeah.
But I know you guys want to hear me speak to some agents, and we will get that going too.
Nah, definitely. And the way we can, how do you want to run this? You want to go back and forth, or because I can call some follow-ups or something, so it's not just Tyler.
Let's do like you call till you get someone on. We'll just go back and forth.
All right, that sounds good. Let me see who I got on my my follow-up list today. I do have to. Oh man, I missed this lady. I was supposed to call her and give her my information, but I'll call her now. All right, I got a bunch of
quick shout outs. Chris Gomez, what is good, my brother?
Hey, Chris. Shout out to Chris, man. Chris shows so much love.
Bro, so much love, and he's just fucking taking action every day. Chris Gomez got a full-time job, and he still is making, I want to say he's doing at least 5 offers a day every day right now. He's been killing it on the activity level. So if you guys got a full-time job and you think you don't got time to do it, hit up Chris Gomez. He found the time. I'm sure you guys can too.
He'll tell you what the vibes are. Oh man, this lady could be a deal. I need to actually call her and see.
What up, Devontae Jones? How you doing, my brother?
Devontae, what's happening?
And what is good, Robert Rodriguez out of Florida? Yo, I met Robert out of at Wholesaling Live, and he's a great person to fucking talk to. I fucking love that guy, bro. Me and him had some really dope conversations. He does a lot of land deals out in like Palm Beach area in Florida. So if you guys ever have land deals, hit him up for that stuff. And just a lot of houses in general he'll do. He does a whole lot of business down there.
Facts. I love it. I got about 20 minutes here. Let me I'm lighting it up.
Yeah, let's get it.
Can y'all hear this?
Yeah. Hello?
Hi, Miss Annie.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Charles. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. We've spoken a few times about the property over on Hargrove. Just wanted to touch base with you as promised. How's everything going over there?
Everything is going good. I'm still gonna say, call me back next week.
You think next week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you think will be different next week?
Well, I'm trying to get my granddaughter to think on my terms.
Yeah, I understand that. I know you had some stuff going on at your house too. With you got your AC fixed and all that. Anything else going on at your house that is troublesome right now? Okay. Well, next week I'll give you a call for sure. But if you don't want to sell, you can tell me that, and I can,
Well, I do. I'm just waiting on her.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's been on the table.
Yeah. So just waiting to. You said it's your sister?
My granddaughter.
Oh, your granddaughter. So is she trying to decide whether she wants to buy it from you or not?
No, she's trying to see if she wants to agree with me to sell it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right. Well, I'm more than happy to talk to her too if it helps you out at all. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll give you a shot in about a week. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
That was a good question.
What's that?
Adding that urgency right there. Like, well, what's going to be different next week?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the third week that she's told me that. So when people start to week by week, and look, guys, this shit happens, right? She could tell me to call her back for a week. Call me next week, every week for 4 months, bro. It's happened before, and I can get that deal, right? So I'm not going to put too much pressure on her about it, right? I asked the question just because it does add a little bit of urgency, right? Like, well, what's changing here? What are you waiting for, right? You don't want to ask, what are you waiting for? Because that's like a little too aggressive sometimes to ask, like, well, what's holding you up? It makes you sound like you're too anxious for the deal.
Yeah.
But hey, well, what do you expect to be different next week? It's a less, you know, painful question for them to answer, right? It doesn't feel like as much of an attack. You get what I'm saying? Does that make
Yeah.
sense, bro?
No, definitely.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
why I
why.
like that one, because you literally like that's kind of the type of question I would ask on a direct to seller call. It's like it's like, well, what's going to change next week kind of thing. Like you just want to make sure that it's not like she's not just kicking the tire down the
Just
road.
kicking
There's
it
an
down the road,
actual
right?
real reason why she's waiting until next week, and you found it. She's waiting on the daughter.
It's her granddaughter,
Her
right? So
granddaughter, yeah.
now I know, and I can put in my notes, okay, she's waiting on her granddaughter. And next time I talk to her next week, I can ask that specifically. Hey, how's your granddaughter? Let you know where she is, where she stands on this now, right? And the thing is, I've talked to her 4 or 5 times now. So anybody else that calls, I'm already going to have an advantage on because I've talked to her so many times and I'm showing the consistency. I just closed a deal yesterday that happened the same exact way. So don't get discouraged. My only goal there is to tell people not to get discouraged about people telling you to wait a week, calling back in a week, or calling back in 2 weeks. And they keep telling you that and keep telling you that. You can ask and make sure they're just not kicking the can down the road because they don't want to sell it, which is why I asked, right?
Hell yeah.
Directly. Hey, like if you don't want to sell it, you can tell me that. And she's like, no, I want to sell it. I'm just waiting on this, you know, my granddaughter to decide with me. So yeah, I like how that call went. I'm not mad at it.
No, same, and that's like the best way to handle that one, I'd say. Like, that was fucking gold.
Yeah. I can't make her sell it right now. So
No, exactly. And that was when I got into, after being in insurance, like I obviously used to sell life insurance and shit. Like anyone, like you're trying to convince anyone to buy life insurance, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no like set, like, oh, I'm in the market for life insurance. Obviously there are people that are looking when they have babies, whatever. But your average client you're talking to, I'm trying to convince them, right?
Yep.
Wholesaling's the opposite. Like I'm not trying to convince anybody of shit. When I'm talking to these sellers, if your answer when I'm asking you, do you want to sell your house, is not yes, then they're not a lead. And then it's like, once they already said yes, like the way you just handled that, like, do you actually want to sell the house? Or like I'm not, like, if you don't want to sell, it's fine. Like, you know, you're taking it away from them now. And then now she's like, no, I do want to sell. So now I would absolutely follow up that lead every week now until the lady's ready to go.
Bro, that is some of the most, I mean, just profound words that I've heard in this business, bro. We are not trying to convince people to sell. Never.
Ever.
We're never trying to convince people, bro. We are deal finders. We are not deal creators. Okay. If they haven't made their mind up that they're going to sell this property, or at least thinking about it, right? We don't have anything to do with that. There's nothing for us to really.
We should not be making them an offer. I don't care if they're like, oh, I want to hear an offer, but like, are you ready to sell? If I made you an offer that made sense to you, would you be willing to sign paperwork today? If that answer is not yes, you're not getting an offer. That's how.
Don't waste your damn time, guys.
Because there's like, think about, especially, let's say you were running, like you obviously cold call yourself, right? But let's say you were running a VA campaign and you had, let's call it 4 VAs bringing in 2 leads a day. So you have 8 leads to follow up with every single day. If you're not treating those leads like that, like where it's like, are these actual leads? Do they actually want to sell? And you're just calling every lead and making an offer to every lead. Eventually those leads are going to add up and you're going to wonder why you're not closing as many deals. And it's literally because you're wasting time on the wrong leads and not spending all your time on the right ones that actually want to fucking go.
Jesus, bro. I mean, this is giving me goosebumps hearing you say this because I believe in it so strongly. I believe in this idea so strongly. This business is not about wasting your time with people that don't want to sell at all. So I am completely with you there. That might have sounded like, if you're new to this, it might have sounded like I could have pushed more, or, you know, any number of things, right? Why didn't you try harder to make an offer right now? It's because she's not ready yet, bro. If you make an offer right now, the only thing she's going to do is leverage that offer when she's ready.
Exactly, bro. So, and that's what it is. And that's like that's why I was like, you handle that shit perfectly. Because it's like, if they're getting on the call and they're not ready today, then call them when they are ready. That's all. It's like, it's literally as simple as that. And that will make such a big difference on your time management doing this business.
Yeah, no question. No question. Well, this is what the people really been waiting for. So, you know what I'm saying? Let them see something, man. Let them see what that agent talk is talking about.
Let's get it, bro.
I'll answer this question real quick for Chris. Can you remind me what video shows or explains what list you pull? Yeah, it's if you go to my Instagram, it's the first pinned one where I'm wearing the tan cowboy hat.
They just signed me out of my leads. Hold on. At least I got the call or like the right person up. But I bet.
To reach Sarah Boston's realtor with you.
We're getting somebody on the phone right now.
Definitely. It's freaking realtors, man, never working.
Bro, never working. It's crazy. Like, shit, I might just get my license so I could just hang it up.
Man, for real. For real. They're changing the rules in North Carolina, too.
Please hold while I try to connect.
Like wholesaling rules or realtor rules?
Wholesaling rules, like you have to be a realtor to do it.
No way.
Yeah, you can still double close, but that costs more, obviously.
Hi, this is the Town One Group. Hello.
Hi, I was looking for John Garcia.
You have the wrong number.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Hold on.
Another thing that happens often, guys. Wrong numbers are a part of the game. Doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong necessarily.
That one probably was something wrong though. When I probably added the wrong agent to the list there or something. Hey Todd, my name's Joseph. I was calling about the listing on Virginia Boulevard.
Yeah.
I think we had spoken about this a couple months ago. I just wanted to see what was going on with this one now.
Well, basically, we've had several offers, but the seller's not willing to sell for the y'all have received. So
Understood. Okay. Are they just kind of waiting until they get their number to sell, or if they don't end up?
So here's the deal. They're basically pretty much they've got $1, and if they don't get it, they're not going to sell.
Got it. Okay.
So they don't need to sell. They they'd like to sell, but they want that they have the dollar amount in mind. But just so you know, I don't know if we talked about it. There is a second lot that's right next door to it. That's a quarter-acre lot.
Okay.
It's a vacant lot. So if that, adds some value to it. Quarter-acre lots in the area are going for $120,000. So we really didn't put a lot of money in the structure that's there. So basically, they've got a quarter-acre lot that's vacant that they'd like $120,000 for it because smaller lots in the area have sold for $120,000. And then that's kind of where we came up to the determination of $150,000 for the house and the lot was because of what's good selling in that area for.
So is it they're selling they own the lot as well?
Yeah, so basically the reason why it wasn't considered in the listing, and I've got additional property available in the public remarks, is because they bought it seller financing, but they didn't have the deed because who they bought it from had the deed, and they were waiting to get a copy of the deed before we could add that. So that's the reason why it's not currently listed on the MLS, but it is off-market property that basically is next door, and that's kind of the story behind that. So they bought it seller financing. It's paid for in full, and they want to sell both parcels and the house, but they've got a bottom dollar that they're looking at.
Understood. And so they're looking for $150,000 for the lot and the house.
So I would just tell you that if even if you just bought it for what land value is going for in the area, $120,000 is what land value that on. I ran comps on the lot itself, and the comps in the area that have sold smaller lot sold for $120,000 in the area.
Understood. Okay, so what do they want total if I was able to purchase both?
I would just bring the best offer you can bring if you wanted both of them. Wanted everything.
Okay, but I'm the $150,000 that's not including the lot. Like that's what they want for the house separately.
So if you're basically $100. So basically the lot and the house next door with the house on it, that's where they derived at the $150,000 is the lot value is $120,000, and then and basically they just added $30,000. So basically, 150 for one with the house, and the other one is they want 120 for it.
So 270 total then.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, I would just bring the best offer for both of it, and if that's what you're interested in, and see where we land.
Okay, perfect. So with the house that's there right now, is this thing like a full? Is it a knockdown or is it just like a full structural rehab?
I don't know the answer to that because I don't have photos of the inside because they were kind of embarrassed. But I will tell you that the city of San Antonio has a re-roof program that they put a new roof on the original structure. The city of San Antonio came in and put a new roof on the house on the original footprint of the house. Anything that was added on, they wouldn't put a new roof on. So that's where the new roof came from, is the city of San Antonio's program. I know the seller, I mean, they're currently living in the house, so it's definitely livable. It's just what the definition of livable is.
And do you know if there's any like foundation issues there or anything?
I know they were doing some self-leveling. I mean, it's a pyramid house, so they were working on some of self-leveling it themselves. I don't know what they've done since, we put it on the market.
Understood. Okay. And would they be open to, like, if I paid for the realtor commission on both of these, would they be open to an owner finance on this?
I would tell you no, because they're looking to buy something on the other side.
Got it. And do you know, like, are they is there a mortgage on this one still, or?
No, but I know the thing is, it's not the fact of the mortgage. They want to take the cash and buy a house, and they don't want to have a mortgage.
Understood. No, that makes sense. Okay.
Because they're elderly.
Got it. No, I get that. And what would I get for the single family, the one on 1019, if we fully fix it up, like on the back end?
Well, I'd have to run comps for you on that.
Okay, can you just bear with me for about 30 seconds? I'm just going to place you on a brief hold, talk to my partner, and I'll be right back with an offer for both. Okay, thank you. CAD value of the land is like, the comps in this neighborhood are really good. That's what I have to say. Like, it's literally, this is a 1928 build. There's one that was a 3.2 that sold for 282. This one's only a 2.1. That one was like 300 square foot bigger. So we'd probably get 260 because that one had an extra bed and an extra bathroom.
You said it sold for how much? Like 280 something?
282.
282.
That was a 1930 build. Ours is a 28.
Extra bed.
And then another 3.2. Well, this is a 2019 build, sold for 315. So he's bugging with that 120 for the lot.
Yeah, that's not. If a new build is selling for 315.
Yeah, I'm coming in at like.
Too much for a lot. Yeah.
I'm coming in at like 30 grand for the lot. He's not gonna like that. And then for the house, let's say 262. It's gonna run it as a structural.
Yeah, definitely needs a ton of work. I would imagine if they're embarrassed to even take pictures of the inside.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Let's call it 250 ARV to be conservative.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm coming in at 110 all cash for that one. This one's up for 150. They're bugging. Okay.
Yeah. So you need to be at 150 all in. Low key.
150 all in. Heck, and that's what I was kind of asking. I was like, do they want 150 for both? All right, let's get this one over. Oh, wait, what did he say his name was? Todd?
Todd.
Ronald Spencer on the thing.
Say Todd for sure.
Okay. You still there, Todd?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So I'm looking at the single family house. I'm assuming, just looking at the pictures, it's gonna probably be like a 50 grand rehab for us to fix it up. And then what I'm seeing on the back end, we're probably gonna get about like 250, maybe 260, because all the other comps were like a little bit bigger that sold. There's one that sold for like 282, but it was like 300 square foot bigger, had extra bed and bathroom.
Right.
So we can cover all the closing costs. We could take it completely as is, but for a cash offer for the house, I'd have to be at like 110,000.
Yeah, I mean, all I would suggest is put it on paper, and then they can. But I will tell you, they turn down less offers. So
okay.
Give me your best offer, and then all I can do is take it to them, and they can say yay or nay.
Okay. No, I'll do that. I'm gonna send you over an LOI for the house, and honestly, for the land, like, the only comp that I saw that was a new build in this area literally sold for 3 hold on, it was, like, right down the street, sold for 315. It was, like, a 3.2, 1,300 square foot 2019 build. So, I'd probably honestly, like, I would be nowhere near 120. I'd probably be coming in closer to, like, 30, 40 grand cash if we were gonna do a cash for the lot.
You're wasting your time. So I can tell you that because I've taken much higher offers for both of them, and they turned it down. So
No, I
so you
get
know.
that. And I mean, if we were able to come to a price on the house, would they owner finance the lot if we could get them closer to the number like that way?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't have the answer to that.
Okay, so I'm gonna send over an LOI for both. I'm gonna propose an owner finance on the lot and see if they'd be open to it because I could definitely get them more money that way. And then hopefully we get these done.
Yep. All right. Later.
Okay, thank you. Well,
Didn't hear that.
all right, later. I mean, dude, it's been up for 360 days at 150K.
I mean, they just have no motivation to sell this.
Yeah,
But
I'm generous coming in at 110. Honestly, like just for how long it's been listed, I probably should be coming in lower. But at I know I can move that for 130.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how an investor hasn't made an offer at 130 for this one yet. Maybe it is a knockdown, and I was running it as a structural. That's the only thing I could see.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
maybe they did, and they just literally are not going to take anything under what they're looking for here.
I've seen that with some listings, bro. It's like it's up for so long, and they're just so set on that. Like one was for like 110, and I'm like, dude, the numbers make sense at 90K for me. How the fuck is this not sold? And then it makes sense. Like the seller's literally just that crazy that they're like, yeah, I'm not coming down a penny. And like, look, it's your house. Make like you it's your decision if you want to sell it to us or not. Obviously,
Nah, for sure. Man, all right. Well, look, I've got to run to the bank here in a second, but I'll make one more and let's see what I can.
All right, let's get one more, and then you do one more, and then we'll do a quick soapbox, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. I actually have a seller from a current deal call me right now, so let's see what he wants.
Let's see how it goes.
Hello, this is Charles.
Charles, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Michael. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm under the impression that we're all set and everything, and I guess they gave me the release through Attorney Wu.
Yes. Yeah. No. Exactly. We've had a lot of good interest in it so far. Just gotta get somebody that's ready to go right at that price that you're looking for, which I don't think we'll have a problem with, and then we can get everything closed out. So I'll have to double check what our actual close date was, but I intend to keep that. And if that changes, I'll definitely let you know. But I'll update you weekly, like we talked about what's going on, and once we have a solidified buyer and a for sure close date, I will let you know, and we'll get this thing closed out. But I don't see us having any issues. I mean, I went there; it was in good shape. One side was had like a heavy smoke smell. That was the biggest thing that was we'd have to deal with. But other than that, it was in pretty good shape. I felt pretty comfortable with it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. I will wait patiently, okay?
Yeah, no problem, Michael. And look, if you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to give me a shout, okay?
I certainly will.
All right,
Thank
man.
you, Charles.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
You see what happens when you guys are upfront with your sellers? Makes it such an easier process, bro. Like my buyers are walking through, even if sometimes I'll tell them financial partners, but it's like same shit.
Yeah.
But like it's not me buying it.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah. This was a different type of deal. This actually came from my title company. Somebody failed to get it sold. They had a buyer, but the tenants didn't leave in time. Their buyer dropped out. They just couldn't get I guess they couldn't get another one in time. They were bad communicators. So the seller was just like, I don't want to deal with them anymore. And so my title company called me because I do a lot of wholesale deals with them. And we're just like, hey, we got this deal. Are you interested in it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I went to see it. It's a duplex, 90K. It probably needs maybe 10K aside to get it ready to rent. And rental rates will be somewhere in like 800, 900 per side type of range. So I should be able to sell this pretty easily for 110, 120, something like that. So
that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna try to get that sold this week so we can get it closed mid October, and that'll be that. But look, I do want to do this one more. But you make a great point when when you can be upfront and honest. Which the way that I get to that usually, guys, and this is a great way to do this with your sellers, man, or with agents, I guess. I give a super crazy low offer, usually as something that I would buy it for, right? Not that I would actually intend on buying it, but I give a super crazy low offer at first. And then I will, when they say, no, I would need to be more like here, I try to get that bottom line number from them. I will tell them, well, look, that may not work for us. We got a lot of good buyers in our network that would be comfortable, that may be comfortable buying that price. They buy higher than us for different reasons, whatever. And that's how I'll get to the point where they understand it's not me buying it. I'm, searching for a buyer for you. So that's a good way to do it if you don't want to just come out and be like,
I'm a wholesaler.
Yeah. You don't want to plaster I'm a wholesaler on your forehead there.
No, I've used that trick many times actually, and it fucking works.
It works.
Like, I'll super low offer. It's like, look, if I'm buying it, this is where I got to be.
Yeah.
My numbers are super tight because I got to make a lot of money for me to do a deal.
Yeah,
that's the truth. Like straight
it's
up.
A fact. It's a fact.
But I do have buyers that will take it.
I would consider buying it. Seriously, like that's not even bullshit. Like it's straight up.
All right. No, hell yeah, no, that definitely helps. So let's do a quick soapbox, and then we will get off of here. So just give everybody just some closing remarks, just some good advice. Anyone out there that's struggling wholesaling or just anything in life, just something on that.
Nah, for sure. I would say, guys, I mean, first and foremost, we've talked a lot about how difficult it can be in this business and the things that can go wrong. I want to be very clear, and I think Joey would stand with me on this. This business absolutely can and will change your life if you're willing to put the work in. If you're willing to stay consistent, have KPIs that you strive to and actually meet on at least a weekly basis, your life can change so quickly, man. I never thought I would be making this much money from the phone in my living room. Literally, bro. Never, bro. Like never. Okay. And you guys, anybody watching this, anybody under my voice, anybody in the world literally can do this too. So I encourage you to try. I encourage you to not stop going. I encourage you to find someone that you can, do this business with, whether it's getting on calls like this on a Zoom and making calls, or somebody that can hold you accountable. I have people that I do that with often, guys, and that keeps me going in this business. So it goes back to collaborating with other people, making it more fun. Everything is more fun if you can do it with other people. Golfing by myself is cool, but golfing with the homies is an experience. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. And I hate golf, but when I'm with the homies, I have a great time.
So you got to make this business exactly like other things that you like to do in your life. Find people that you enjoy being around and talking to, that you can do this business with. You guys can hold each other accountable, and just don't give up, man. You cannot fail if you do not quit. And that's the biggest advice I can give to people, bro. What about you?
That's the biggest effects, bro. And what I think kind of same on literally what you were just saying, bro. It's like anybody can do this fucking business. I don't care what disabilities you have, like whatever it is that you got, what problems you got going on home, or even just confidence. Even if you have, like, you literally just are not a social person, you lack the confidence. Dude, I know some of the best closers that are the least social people. Like least social people, like do not like talking to people, but yet can close a deal with their fucking eyes closed at this point. And the only reason that they are able to do it, it's not because they have the gift of gab. They can't fucking sit here and talk to people. Like, I'm a very outgoing person. I could talk to a fucking wall. That's what makes me have the powers I have, whatever. But there's motherfuckers that are 10 times better than me at talking to people on these phones that are the most antisocial people, have no friends, or they have friends, but you know what I mean? Like, they're just not people. And they can do it. And the only thing that separates me from them is they have a greater desire. They've been doing it longer. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you don't have to be good at this shit. All you have to do is literally just have the want to do it and have the grit to continue to do it, even when it gets fucking tough. And you guys will be successful. Like, I don't care where your social level is, where your skills are, where your brain is, what your knowledge is, any of that shit. Like, you don't have knowledge, find someone like me or Charles that is doing this shit, or guys way bigger than us that are doing this shit.
Yeah.
You don't have confidence, like, you will get it by literally being consistent. Anyone that lacks confidence out there, last little quick thought is, the way that you build confidence in life, it's not by, you don't walk in the room confident. No one literally just wakes up confident. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You literally get it by doing what you say you're going to do every time you set out to do it. That is literally what builds confidence. Like, you lack confidence. Like, trust me, there's times in my life I fucking am the most self-conscious person in the room sometimes. But the only thing that makes my confidence so high at this point in my life is literally just knowing that when I set out to do something, I do it. No matter, even if I fail trying to do it, I'm going to do it every single time. I say I'm going to do something, I do it. It's like, I say I'm going to the gym in the morning, I go to the gym. I say I'm going to make 10 offers today, I make 10 offers. That is literally what will build your confidence better than anything else out there. It doesn't matter like where you're at mentally. That is what will change it. I promise.
This dude is spitting, guys. This dude is spitting, man. And it goes, confidence comes from keeping the promises you make to yourself, bro. That is all it is, family. And it's not just wholesaling promises. It's like you said, the gym. What am I going to eat today? I'm gonna work out at this time. I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna read today. Those promises, those little promises that you make yourself every day, that you just throw by the wayside, are the reason that you're not confident, because you don't know that you can keep your own word, right? And I have struggled with that in my life, bro. Still to this day, I struggle with that. Sometimes.
Same.
So it's not.
I feel like any human struggles with that, no matter who you are, no matter how great you've gotten. Like, it's just it will always be an ongoing battle to do this shit. But it's like the habits. Like, once you create, like, dude, I used to never read every morning, but I knew I had to. Once I started just like, fuck it, I'm just going to do 10 minutes a day every day. Now it's ingrained in my brain. Like, it doesn't matter how tired I am when I wake up. I read the second I'm up. I literally open my eyes, I pull up my book, and I start fucking reading. And it's just the habits. And that's like, just build the right habits, and your confidence will get built through it, because you're going to see, like, damn, I actually could fucking do this shit. And actually wake up and go to the gym every day. Like, holy shit, I never was that type of person. That's it.
Nah, for sure. I want you guys to, have an unwavering belief in yourself and what you're capable of doing. And please keep the promises you make to yourself, because it'll change. I'm sure the Joey that you're looking at, I know the Charles that you're looking at is not the same from I'm not even the same from 6 months ago at this point, bro. It's an ongoing process that happens all the time. And once you get used to that and you get comfortable being uncomfortable, I know that's kind of cliche, but that's literally what it is. You got to make yourself comfortable being in uncomfortable positions, and you will watch your business and yourself, your own self-esteem, the people that are interested in you, the friends that you get, all of that shit will start to change when you start, doing what you got to do. So, I mean,
my bad. Last thing, when you get so used to being uncomfortable that you are uncomfortable being comfortable, that is when you have gotten to that fucking point. Just trust me. Because now when I get comfortable, I'm literally looking around like, this is not like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, this ain't right, man. I'm doing something wrong. Something is about to happen that I don't like, bro. I don't like this. Nah, for sure, man. Well, hey, Joey, I appreciate you having me, man. I'm down to do this anytime, bro. I like calling on live, and this is a part of what makes the business fun for me, man. Being able to do shit like this. So appreciate you having me on here, brother.
No, I appreciate you coming on here, bro. And I'm sure we're gonna run this shit up again. I'm definitely gonna bring you back on here, bro. And I'm sure the people fucking love this shit. So let's fucking get it.
All right, guys, y'all take it easy, man.
All right, everybody have a good rest of their day.
We made it, that's facts, ayy. We the greatest, that's facts, ayy. Prices raising, that's facts, ayy. That's right. But we paid it, that's facts, ayy. I did. They hate it, that's facts, ayy. Cause we changing, that's facts, ayy. We did. Can't blame them, that's facts, ayy. Cause we made it, that's facts, ayy. Cherry on top, that's a goat, yeah. Where you been, I wanna know, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. Greatest story ever told, yeah. I know you wanna look up for this. Baby, let me turn you up a bit. You said you made it through hell and back. Give me the scoop, baby, tell the facts. Don't be shy.